This time we'll have roll call.
Mr. Marquez.
Here.
Ms. Wagler. Here. Mayor Robinson.
Here.
Ms. Matlock.
Here.
Mr. Taylor.
Here.
Mr. Smith.
Here.
Ms. Patton. Here. Mr. Hoops.
Present.
Mr. Abishon.
Here.
A quorum is present.
Thank you. Next, we have amendment adoption of the agenda as printed.
Move to adopt, Taylor.
Second, Hoops. There's been a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it. Next, we have amendment adoption of consent agenda. I think we have a personnel session on there and I request that we have that moved to June, first meeting in June. If that's okay.
I'd like to disagree. I think we talked about it tonight.
Okay. That's fine. We can go ahead and start that. Perfectly fine. We have to wait until personnel to announce what it is. I was gonna do that in the first meeting in June, in correspondence with staff, but, we'll do it tonight.
Thank you.
So then we'll just adopt, if there's no further discussion, we need a motion to adopt the consent agenda as printed.
So moved, Taylor.
Second. Oops. Then a motion and a second. This will be a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Marquez.
Yes.
Ms. Wagler. Yes. Mayor Robinson.
Yes.
Ms. Matlock.
Yes.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Ms. Patton.
Yes.
Mr. Hoops.
Yes.
Mr. Abishon.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, we have, under 5A, we have Employee Service Awards, Police Captain Norm Morris, 30 years. Chief, would you please step forward?
Next.
Captain Norman Mars has dedicated 30 years to the Hazelwood Police Department, beginning his career in April 1995 as a telecommunicator. After graduating from the Eastern Missouri Police Academy in 1998, he became a police officer and quickly distinguished himself through specialized roles and commendable service. He played a key role in the traffic management team from its inception in 2005 through 2011 and served as a field training officer, accident reconstructionist, impaired driver detection instructor, and motorcycle officer. His heroism was formally recognized in 2001 and 2002 for courageous actions during armed and life-threatening incidents. Captain Mars steadily advanced through the ranks, being promoted to sergeant in 2011, where he led both the neighborhood patrol team and the criminal investigations team. In 2020, he was promoted to lieutenant and later to captain, while continuing to serve as a deputy commander with the Greater St. Louis Major Case Squad. He has held leadership roles in regional traffic and police motorcycle units and completed prestigious training, including the Northwestern School of Police Staff and Command and the FBI Leadership Trilogy. Captain Mars's career reflects a deep commitment to service, leadership, and public safety, marking him as a respected and accomplished figure in Missouri law enforcement. Congratulations, Captain Mars, on 30 years with the Hazelwood Police Department.
You have anything to bring up here? Family?
Family. All family.
Well,
Everybody.
come on.
Don't make that big.
Come over here.
You're right here. Fine.
Ready? Well, you must know her. Smile.
One more. Ow.
Next we have Captain James Tashner.
Captain James Cashner has devoted 3 decades to public service, beginning his career with the Hazelwood Police Department on May 7th, 1995. A proud North St. Louis County native and current Hazelwood resident, Captain Cashner has demonstrated dedication, versatility, and leadership throughout his career. He is supported by his 2 daughters, Brittany and Allie, daughter-in-law Kinsey, twin sister Jane, and his partner, Brandy Ray. Before joining Hazelwood Police Department, Captain Tashner served with the Bell Ridge Police Department. He graduated from the St. Charles County Police Academy in 1993 and earned a bachelor's degree in criminal justice administration from Columbia College in 2008. A United States Marine Corps veteran, he served honorably from 1986 to 1994, achieving the rank of Staff Sergeant and participating in both Operation Desert Shield Storm and Operation Iraqi Freedom, the latter during a military leave from the Hazelwood Police Department in 2005 through 2006. Captain Tashner's police career includes notable assignments and commendations. He was named Employee of the Year in 2003 and was recognized in 2004 for his proactive work ethic. He served as a detective with the Criminal Investigation Team and a member of the Major Case Squad, as well as a narcotics investigator with the North County Municipal Enforcement Group and DEA Task Force Officer from 2009 to 2015. He steadily advanced through the ranks, becoming a sergeant in 2016 and a lieutenant in 2020, supervising patrol operations. In 2023, he was promoted to captain and currently leads special operations, overseeing the Detective Bureau, Traffic Unit, School Resource Officers, and the Hazelwood Police Communications Team. Congratulations, Captain Tashner, on 30 years of distinguished service and a career marked by courage, integrity, and unwavering commitment to public safety.
Oh, darn. Doctor. One more.
Okay.
Next, we have a resolution authorizing and approving certain actions related to incentives or pivot file. Mr. Mark. Microphone.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the council. My name is Mark Spikerman, attorney at Gilmore and Bell, special counsel and bond counsel to the city of Hazelwood. Before you is what we call the inducement resolution, the kickoff of a potential Chapter 100 tax abatement project. This project involves a company named Pivot Bio, who's currently located at 639 Lambert Point. They are looking at adding additional production facilities in their space. In order to make that expansion feasible, they've requested 10 years, 100% personal property tax abatement and sales tax exemption on the construction materials used to build out the space. They received a similar incentive back in 22 when they did their initial facility. There's a job requirement associated with that 2022 Chapter 100 transaction where they had to create 41 jobs. As part of this new transaction, they have still create those 41 jobs, but also added an additional 7 jobs at an average salary of $70,000. It's not a very large, investment relative to some of the chapter 100s we've done, but it is additional jobs and it's a growing, company here in Hazelwood. If you approve this transaction or this resolution, the next step would be that we would prepare the actual documentation, including a cost benefit analysis showing the taxes that would be received. And we would send that to the various taxing districts per state law, and then come back to you with an ordinance for final approval. Easy. Happy to answer any questions.
Can you say again what the employee number is?
Yeah, under the current 2022 tax abatement program, they had to create 41 jobs. As part of this, if you move forward with this new program, that would go to up to 48 jobs, an additional 7, and it would have an average annual salary of $70,000. So pretty decent jobs.
And do we know what, just an estimate of what their personal property is now? The amount?
Of what is there today. They invested, I think roughly 10 million in personal property and about the same in tenant build out the first time around. So this would be an additional, the inducement resolution says up to 6 million. It's penciling in right around 4 million right now.
Are there any other questions? Any other comments,
I'm
questions?
sorry, I do have one other.
Yes.
On the 41 jobs, are they at 41 now?
My understanding is that they are a little bit below that now. And the way we draft our chapter 100 documents, if you don't meet your jobs requirement, you actually have to pay additional property taxes. Your abatement goes down.
Is there any other questions? Council? Hearing none, it'd be appropriate to adopt the resolution. And have it, can I have the resolution read first?
Resolution 2503, a resolution authorizing the city staff and consultants to take certain actions with respect to a proposed project from Pivot Bio Incorporated.
If there's no further discussions, is there a motion to approve? This will be a roll call vote. A motion in a second.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Motion in a second. If there's no further discussion, call for the roll.
Mr. Marquez,
Yes.
Ms. Webler,
No.
Mayor Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Matlack,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Hatton. No. Mr. Hoops,
Yes.
Mr. Abishon.
Yes.
Resolution 2503 is adopted.
Thank you.
You guys are running the city into the
Mr.
ground, man. You
Mr.
guys
Foley,
are running the city into
please.
the ground.
Let's please not have any outbursts from the audience. Next, we have a resolution approving on-call outreach services agreement. Mr. O'Keefe.
Mr. Mayor, this comes to council from the city staff, recognizing the need for additional services to enhance the city's ability for a robust civic engagement on issues that come up from time to time in the past and are reasonably anticipated to occur in the future. And staff believes that having someone already lined up, the terms of an agreement already in place, so that, you know, for instance, should the tornado have veered a few miles northward, we would have resources in place in order to enhance our ability to utilize public media, reach out to our residents, contact appropriate parties, and prepare for full disclosure and full communication with residents. Vector Communication is an experienced consulting company with considerable experience in dealing with public agencies. And staff recommends the council's favorable approval, consideration of the resolution.
Is there any discussion or questions for Mr. O'Keefe?
Do we pay them as needed or we pay them?
When we choose to bring them in on an assignment, then the terms of the engagement are specified. But it's an on-call.
Is there any further questions? Go ahead and call for the resolution to be read.
Resolution 2504, a resolution approving on-call outreach services agreement with Vector Communication.
There's no further discussion. This will be a motion, it would be appropriate to have a motion to approve the second, for the roll call vote.
So moved.
Second.
Been a motion and a second. Go ahead and call for the roll.
Mr. Marquez,
Yes.
Ms. Wadley,
Yes.
Mayor Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Matla,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Hatton,
Yes.
Mr. Goops.
Yes.
Mr. Abishon.
Yes.
Resolution 2504 is unanimously adopted.
Thank you. 6C, we have resolution approving a memorandum of understanding with Hazelwood Business Park LLC. Mr. Mark Spiker.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. This resolution approves a memorandum of understanding with the developer of the Hazelwood Business Park, AKA the former Mills Mall. For those of you who are on the council back in 2022, 2023, the city approved a development plan that provides for tax abatement and a Chapter 100 plan that provides for sales tax exemption on construction materials in connection with the development or redevelopment of the mall property. Those two documents and the development agreement that goes with it contemplated kind of two phases, a mall sub area, which was the actual redevelopment of the existing building, mall structure, and then future development for the outlots. Hazelwood Business Park LLC, the developer, has asked the city to enter into an MOU essentially so that they can share just a brief document with potential tenants and purchasers of outlots outlining the available incentives and clarifying a couple of things that were in the original agreement. One of those is term in the original agreement was that tax abatement needed to start before the end of 2029 to get what was promised in the master development agreement. They've asked for just a clarification that if they actually start construction and it's intended to be done by the end of 2029, but Mr. O'Keefe mentioned a tornado comes and a few miles north from where it went today and delays construction, that they don't automatically lose out on tax abatement because of something beyond their control. Anything that's expected to be completed after 2030 could still qualify for tax abatement. But that would be at the discretion of the council, and the amount, terms, and years would all be at your discretion. They've also asked that the city agree that any investment that's over $5 million, so something that at least a substantial investment would qualify for that sales tax exemption on construction materials. Investments that are smaller than that, a single C store, a single fast food restaurant, it wouldn't make sense to offer that incentive for. Under the existing development agreement, the developer is obligated to make good faith efforts through February 15, 2026 to attract retail, restaurants, hotels to those outlots. For those of you who were on the council back then, I think everybody realized that there was the possibility of that, but it would be challenging. And so the developer had agreed at that point for 3 years, which expires in February 2026, to make that effort. And then if they are able to identify a potential retail, restaurant, or hotel user, that the city will consider other incentives more in line with those uses, including potentially TIF or sales tax rebate. We've also noted, that any personal property tax abatement for tenants in any of the, either the mall structure or any buildings that are built on the outlot would be at the city council's discretion. Same with any forgivable economic development loan. And that any tenants would be able to take, advantage of the, Hazelwood Relocation Assistance Program, which makes, grant payments to cover the cost of relocated employees into Hazelwood. It's generally applicable program they would qualify anywhere for, but it's, something developer would be able to show their tenants. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yes, sir. The questions that I have is, what exactly has constituted a good faith effort on their part up till the past 24 months?
They have worked with retail brokers. They have sent out, reached out to potential retail businesses. They have not gotten a lot of bites.
So is there any? So we're not changing that end date?
We're not changing that end date. They are committed under the development agreement. And the development agreement was always, I think you were on the council in 2022. We always envisioned we'd have to amend it for the outlots for whatever would end up being developed there. I think it's premature to amend it now, which is kind of why we're doing just an MOU to say like, hey, this is what we see happening. But we are continuing to push to say, hey, you've got another year to work on retail, restaurant, hotel.
Yeah, because that was one of the prime points that were brought up in some of the other developments that are done around the former Mills Mall, is the lack of retail and convenience.
That's right.
So they need to do more. That's all I have to say about that.
Is there any further discussion or question?
Can you go back to the second bullet about the 5 million investment? I didn't quite understand that.
Yeah, one of the incentive programs available to cities in Missouri is to facilitate a sales tax exemption on construction materials. So if they have to build a building in those outlots, they can buy the steel and the lumber and the screws and the paint without paying sales tax. We facilitate that through what we refer to as a Chapter 100 transaction. Essentially, the city has to lease the property, lease it back to the developer. It's just like the Pivot Bio transaction on the earlier resolution. There's a bond issue involved. The city's not on the hook for those bonds. They're payable only from lease payments made by the company. But it's a complicated transaction. Missouri law doesn't make it easy. And when you get to projects that are under $5 million, the trouble and cost of doing the transaction start to outweigh the benefit of it. Additionally, there's, from a public policy perspective, I think, I can't speak for any of you, but some people might say, hey, why are we incentivizing the single fast food restaurant versus, an industrial project that brings jobs that pay, higher than the county median wage.
So they're asking here at least 5 million investment. So
So they are aware that, don't come to the city with a single fast food restaurant.
Okay.
I mean, there's potential the city might like one there to serve the
Right.
businesses in the area. It's not worth it for that incentive program.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and call for the resolution to be read.
Resolution 2505, a resolution authorizing a memorandum of understanding with Hazelwood Business Park LLC.
Any further discussion? Not appropriate. Second.
I'll make a motion to. I'll second.
Been a motion and a second. This is a roll call vote.
Mr. Marquez,
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow,
Oh,
Mayor Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Matlock,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Hatton. No. Mr. Hoops,
Yes.
Mr. Avashon.
Yes.
Resolution 2505 is adopted.
Thank you. That concludes proclamations and resolutions on the agenda. 7, citizens' comments and discussion which will be heard at this time and shall be limited to a total of 15 minutes, which may be increased by discretion of the chair or by a motion approved with the majority of the council members present at the meeting. Voting is yours. If you haven't done so already, please sign in on the docket for the record, and please state your name at the beginning of your presentation.
I have signed in. My name is Lisa Simpson. I live at 8421 Jacqueline Avenue. And I felt the need to write something to the council. And then if you need to respond, you can have a packet to give to the city clerk afterwards. I wanted to express my ongoing concern, growing frustration regarding the severe violations at property located at 8425 Jacqueline Avenue. This issue has persisted for over 15 years. My husband has been very generous when he says 10+ years. And despite repeated promises from the city, there has been little to no effective action taken to address the declining and dangerous condition of this property. Approximately 5 weeks ago, an officer informed us that the homeowner, had stated he was unemployed and lacked assistance. And he was given an additional 3 weeks to address the violations. Since then, he, instead of improving the situation, has further deteriorated. 3 more loads of junk have been added to the property. The house remains in a state of severe despair, holes in the roof, barely covered with tarps, overgrown grass and trees, piles of debris, and continuing accumulation of junk in the backyard. This derelict condition is not just a visible blight, it presents serious health and safety standards to everyone in the surrounding area. During our recent Mother's Day celebration, 2 of our grandchildren were playing in our backyard when they encountered a snake, a direct result of unsanitary and overgrown environment next door. This is in addition to frequent sightings of possums, raccoons, rats, and noticeable growth of mold spores on the exterior of the home, all of which pose threats to our safety, well-being, and property values. I find it disheartening that the city continues to demonstrate sympathy and leniency towards the property owner, seemingly without consideration for the rights and safety of the surrounding neighbors. My question is, when will the city extend the same sympathy and protection to us, the residents who have lived responsibly, paid taxes, and contributed to the betterment of the community? If the city cannot or will not enforce arrest warrants, initiate property clearings, or begin abatement procedures, then I respectfully ask for a clear and honest explanation. I'm seeking to understand why the city of Hazelwood appears to have been instrumental and frankly complicit in allowing the situation to persist and worsen more than a decade. Our community deserves better. I urge the council to prioritize the enforcement of codes, take swift, decisive action to resolve this matter once and for all. Thank you for your time and attention. I look forward to your response and to meaningful progress on this issue.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, and I've given Chief Putnick and Captain Egan a copy as well.
Okay, thank you. And as like before, I will personally get back with you, maybe even make a visit with code enforcement to figure out what's going on myself. So
Okay,
thank you.
you.
I still have your number from last year.
Claire Bates, 8 Bonview Drive. I've lived at this address for the last 60 years. During the last 60 years, I have not had any problems with any of the trash companies we have had that have provided service to my residents up until last year. I don't know how many times I talked about it last year about my trash or recycle not being picked up. It was looked into and it went well for a while, at least until April 21st. So I want to make this a matter of public record because I do plan to start deducting from my trash bill. They're not complying with the contract I have with them. My contract with them is to pay my bill in a timely manner, which is done because it's on auto pay, so I know it's paid on time every month. My job is to take the trash can out to the curb. And when I do, I expect it to be picked up. April 21st, the recycle was not picked up. May 5th, the recycle was not picked up. I don't know if someone called and complained, but finally that Wednesday, 5/7, the recycle was picked up. But still, it was 2 days late. This Monday, the 19th, the trash was not picked up. There's numerous trash cans on my street that are starting to overfill. Soon the trash will probably be in the street. I'm not calling anymore. I already explained that at the last meeting. The service if there's something else I'm supposed to be doing, I don't know what it is. It's not my job to call and tell them, don't forget Monday's trash day. Can you come pick up my trash? No, that's not my job. It's not my job to call them 3 times in the next 30 days to tell them they didn't pick it up. There's a problem. I don't know what the problem is, but there's a problem and they need to fix it because I'm going to start deducting from my trash service for their lack of providing the service I'm paying them for. Again, something needs to be done. I don't know why it's just my street. I've looked around, I've driven around. I don't know, somebody on my street, maybe it's me, pissed them all off. I don't know. But if I'm paying for a service, I expect it to happen without me having to constantly contact them to tell them they're not providing the service I'm paying for.
Thank you.
My name is Alexis Robinson. My address is 8719 Santa Bella Drive. I'm here as a member of the Community Enrichment Commission. And we are trying to do something a little different this summer. We're planning to have a taste of Hazelwood and an art soiree on Saturday, June 28th from 2 to 6 p.m. Some of the food vendors would have liked to participate, but because they have a lack of employees, they will not be able to participate. And so therefore, we've had to ask others in surrounding communities to be a part. We think that this is something that will help the city of Hazelwood, because for me, a lot of times, if the restaurant is not in the area where I live, I'm not going to try to go to it. So we hope that you all will make the effort to come. It's from 2 to 6. It's free. Now, if you decide to sample the food vendors' food, then you will have to pay them. But we will also have entertainment. There will be the Dance of India, and they will perform from 2:30 to 3:15. And then Alma, Mexico will perform from 4:30 to 5:15. And there will be artists there displaying their artwork. And if you are interested in purchasing in the artwork, then you will have to talk to them about it. So we hope that you will not forget. And I'm sure you've seen the poster that looks like this. And we hope that you will come at least to have a taste. And I would like other members of the commission who are here to stand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jessica Platt. I live at 512 Fox Trail. I wanted to thank the city council. I wanted to thank you for getting the burnt building right off of Lindbergh and 270 finally demolished, even if it did take 6 years for it to happen. So I do appreciate that. At the same time, I've heard a lot today about buildings being given tax credits at the Mills Mall to try and get them to show up. At the same time, I kind of wonder are they gonna stay here? They're gonna try to get people to buy, to set up their restaurant in the building. But if they're unable to do that by the time that we gave them to, I think they said 2026, are they gonna stay? Because if they're not gonna stay, then why bother giving them the tax credit? I don't know. It just seemed weird to me. But anyway, again, I want to thank you guys for, doing what a lot of people in my neighborhood appreciated. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else under citizens' comment? Anybody else under citizens' comments? Seeing none, there are no public hearings, no communications, unfinished business. Mayor and council reports. Board and commission appointments. We have Rick Chatfield with the City Planning Commission and Vic Thor Rose for the City Planning Commission. Is there any other names that need to be submitted? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and ask for a motion to approve the two in front of me.
I make a motion.
There's been a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Ayes have it. Anything else under mayor and council reports? Okay, city managers report. We have Dave Tuberty with the police department quarterly update along with it says he has a sharp report, so I'm not too sure if they're together or not, but we'll go ahead and start with the chief.
Jim Hutnick, Hazelwood Police Chief. I'm not quite sure what the format is here this evening. You know what I'm gonna say, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. My quarterly report, and I don't quite remember what we did last time. So I want to report that overall crime is down year to year in most Part 1 crime offenses such as drugs, weapons, and thefts. Burglaries are down 14%, property damages are down 44%. Vehicle thefts are down 39%, and thefts of motor vehicle parts are down 33%. Robberies, unfortunately, are up 200%, which is an increase to the number 6 this year compared to the 2 we had last year at the same time. So you see that that's quite a big percentage jump. Thefts for motor vehicles are also up, showing at 41%. Those are car clottings, people getting into vehicles, cars. I offer the chance for you guys, if you want to review the data, I can send it to you by email, if that's what you like to take a look at. Additionally, in the police department, DWI arrests have increased 91% in comparison to last year. Speaks to having 2 fully, 75% and 100% dedicated DWI enforcement officers. MAD. Let 7 HPD officers were recognized for their efforts in continuing combating impaired driving in the city of Hazelwood at the 2025 MAD Heroes recognition event last Thursday. They're going to be formally recognized and presented to you at the June 4th council meeting. The Dare Camp. HPD will host the 2025 Dare Camp June 9th through the 13th at the community center. 25 children will be attending. Presentations and team building events will be held during the week-long camp. Presentations by St. Louis County Tech Team, Birds of Prey, Reptile Guy, First Aid by HFD Captain Amanda Boyer, Paramount by Officer Dan Johnson, HPD, to name a few. You guys are all welcome to attend. The Reptile Guy is especially entertaining. You can actually handle a snake if you so choose to do so. Camp Fury. We've been doing this for a number of years. This is an immersive camp experience offered by the Girl Scouts of America. Allows 14 to 18-year-old girls to train along local firefighters, law enforcement, learning public safety skills through activities like search and rescue, crime scene investigation, aerial climbing, rappelling, canine tracking, and defensive tactics. HPD sponsors a child each year, and our Dare Officer Valenti attends and helps with instruction. I will take the fire chief's blessing to say that Captain Amanda Boyer, I believe, went down to Camp Fury again this year too. This is held the week of June 16th through 20th. The contract with the Hazelwood School District has been signed and delivered to Superintendent Dr. Collins Hart with an upcoming meeting to discuss events of the past year and our approaches for next year. We currently have 66 to 69 allotted officers, and 2 of those will be attending the police academy as recruits in the next month, and we are continually having open hiring process for that. Rental housing group, which began in January of this year, as you know. We have currently 1,214 active rental property permits currently. This includes 2 apartment complexes, and I think we have about 17 or 18 that are going through the process, and we'll soon have all those units registered as well. There have been 5 crime-free housing seminars so far, and classes have been scheduled for May 22nd, June 26th, and July 24th. Starting July, there'll be 1 class every quarter. The rental housing group in the first quarter issued 457 warnings for violations of code, 84 summonses, declared 47 properties unfit, 1 dangerous building, and updated occupancy permits on 53 other properties. Code enforcement in the first quarter, 938 warning violations were issued, 155 summonses, 729 residential inspections, 80 commercial inspections, 629 building inspections, 76 properties were deemed unfit, 2 dangerous buildings were declared, and updated occupancy permits in 92. We're still working with the software vendor on getting the new database up and running. This is month 9. I think they had a rather animated discussion this morning about money and how come we're not running now, and it's a nationwide company. So hopefully that we kickstart something. We've hired a plan reviewer who's currently being trained up in code enforcement and currently looking for a building inspector. Additionally, code enforcement and rental housing group has sent out 23 abatement notifications to non-compliant properties and have issued 72 stop work orders so far this year as well. So the abatement process, we have streamlined it here with the help of the city attorney's office to make it a quicker process. The Jacqueline Court issue, I've spoke to the residents and we'll be in contact with them tomorrow about that issue. I will let you know that that is in the abatement process as we speak. So just a quick snapshot. Anybody have any questions? All right. And I will send you the data. This is that kind of what I get. So you guys can take a look. What it is.
Thank you.
Okay.
Great job.
Dave?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council, Dave Tuberty, Director of Finance. As Mr. Leeser is on vacation this week, he had asked me to read his report for him. So I'm just going to run down a couple of short items. First of all, a reminder about there is a ribbon cutting ceremony to be held for the Hazelwood-based U.S. National Handball Center on Tuesday, May 27th. The ribbon cutting will take place at 8701 Dunn Road at 10:30 a.m. at the center. Okay. Food truck night. St. Louis Parks Department will be presenting the season's first food truck night on Tuesday, May 27th from 5 to 8 p.m. in Howder Shell Park. Food vendors are the Crooked Boot, Home Style Grill, Cajun Seduction, and 2 Sweets. Music will be provided by 40 Miles to Vegas. Public Works Director David Stewart contacted representatives of Republic Services outlining Ms. Fate's complaints from last meeting. Republic responded that they will take note of this issue and will work to resolve it. They did not find any reported misses on their customer service line or their app. They stated they will pay closer attention on this issue. And finally, the budget public hearing will take place at the next city council meeting. That is June 4th, 2025. And that is all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, city attorney's report.
No reports, sir.
City clerk's report.
No report.
There is no new business in front of the council. I think there is no introduction of first reading of bills. And we strongly move to 18A with a bill number of 5166.
Bill number 5166, second reading and consideration for adoption. An ordinance authorizing an agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for funding for statewide transportation improvement program on-call work zone enforcement activities for a 5-year period, renewable for 2 additional 1-year extensions.
Is there any discussion or questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Move to adopt.
Second, Smith.
There's been a motion and a second to adopt. This will be a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Marquez,
Yes.
Ms. Wadler,
Yes.
Mayor Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Matlock,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Hatton,
Yes.
Mr. Hoops,
Yes.
Mr. Abishon.
Yes.
Bill number 5166 is unanimously adopted as ordinance number 5048-25.
Next, we have bill number 18B. Bill number 5167.
Bill number 5167, second reading, but it's only a minor matter, don't worry about it. Bill number 5167, second reading and consideration for adoption and ordinance amending chapter 215 of the municipal code and revising the legal age of minors.
Make a motion.
There's been a motion and a second to approve. Is there any further discussion? Any further discussion? Hearing none, this is a roll call vote.
Mr. Marquez,
Yes.
Ms. Wadler,
Yes.
Mayor Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Matlock,
Yes.
Mr. Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Hatton,
Yes.
Mr. Hoops,
Yes.
Mr. Abishon.
Yes.
Bill number 5167 is unanimously adopted as ordinance number 5049-25.
Next, under miscellaneous business and announcements, we have White Birch Bay Aquatic Center open Saturday 24th at 12 to 6 p.m. Weather pending. Look forward to a good season at the Aquatic Center. It's up and running and ready to go. It's been tested out. Ready for the kids. We also have a regular city council meeting on June 4th at 6:30 p.m. If there's no further business, is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
The motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it. Thank you.